Hello everybody. Today I'd like to explain what fields are, according to my hypothesis, which is the galaxy model for the atom. So in this hypothesis, atoms are structured exactly like galaxies. They are equally complex to galaxies, which is infinitely complex. Everything is infinitely complex. There is no smallest thing. So atoms are doing the same thing that galaxies are doing. Their electrons correspond to the star arms of a disk galaxy. And each of those tiny stars, 50 billion tiny stars in an electron, is radiating just exactly the same way that our sun radiates. They're radiating fractal photons and fractal neutrinos. And just like old stars in our galaxy fall into the center and get shredded and become jets of outgoing plasma, which are seen to form new stars. Electrons do the same thing. As their bits wear out, they get recycled through the atomic center. And that recycling releases fractal emissions, charged ionized space, which is being shot out from the atoms all the time, as the electrons are constantly being renewed through the atomic center. Electrons need an atom so that they can renew themselves. And those emissions shoot out from atoms, and they're charged fractal charges, and they curve, and that's the magnetic field. The magnetic field is simply atomic jets being shot out and curving in big circles. The central part of the jet is shooting it out further and making the biggest circles, and the edges of the jets are shooting it out not as far and making smaller circles. And the electrons are radiating these fractal radiations, which are smaller versions of our photon and smaller version of our neutrinos. And those are the fields. Fields are actual radiations or emissions, but they're just super, super small. There is no smallest. There is no Planck limit. Everything is infinitely complex. Space is like an ocean. And there are waves in that ocean. And there are currents in that ocean. And that's what fields are. Fields are waves in space, smaller fractal waves, and also smaller fractal emissions in space, smaller jets of space plasma. Space plasma is what magnetism is.